please welcome Kathy Calvin, President and CEO of the United Nations Foundation, in conversation with rapper and activist Sonita Alizadeh.
I hope all of you were here this morning when Sonita opened our program with woohoo! Let's get up and take a bow.
And it's called Brave and Bold.
Yeah, so here's the deal. You didn't really know that you were present at the launch of her rap song. Today was the first time she has performed it anywhere, and she performed it here for us, Brave and Bold.
Thank you.
So now you know, today, I want to tell you how we got here. So Sonita is 21 years old. She came to the US 3 years ago with 3 words of English and no formal schooling. But she had written some music. She had lived in her native Afghanistan until her family was forced to flee because of the Taliban. They lost everything on the way. They went to Iran, where she was an undocumented refugee. She got maybe a little schooling, enough to find out that she had a passion for music, and produced a YouTube video that an NGO called Strong Heart saw. Fast forward, they got her here. She's now going to be a powerhouse in telling the story of what happened to girls in her country and to girls around the world who are forced to marry before they want to, before they're ready, and not on their own timetable. This issue of child marriage is one of the most critical issues that we will talk about here today, and I think we are incredibly lucky to have Sonita to talk to us about it. Can you start by telling us a little bit more? I've given the barest outlines of your story, what it was like growing up, and why then this became an issue.
So, I was born in Afghanistan, but my family fled the Taliban when I was very young. And I grew up in Iran. Life wasn't easy for refugees like me. I couldn't go to school because I didn't have any official papers. Eventually, I found a local NGO that provided basic education to young Afghans. There, I learned about myself, my dreams, and how to be a positive person and not let go of hope in any situation. And now I'm in the US, I'm a student, and I'm also an activist to end child marriage. And I use rap music to share my message, and I use my story and my voice to raise awareness about early forced marriage. And beside all of this, I'm a normal girl. I love spending time with my friends, going outside, shopping, and I'm a big fan of weekends and eating cheeseburgers.
So being an activist is quite an empowering thing. What does it mean to you to be an activist? And what are you trying to say to the world as an activist?
I'm trying to tell them about what I see. Like, I started to be an activist when I saw injustice happening around me and seeing my friends with bruised faces. And that forced me to overcome my fears and stop watching them and do something. When I was 10 and again when I was 16, my family tried to force me into marriage. But I didn't want to have the same future, the same faith as my sisters, my friends. So I wrote a rap song called Daughters for Sale. In Iran, it's not illegal for women to sing or rap. I think some of you know that. But I did it because I wanted to share my feelings with my family. I wanted them to know how I was feeling at that moment. And an organization, as you said, saw it. They supported me to come to the US to go to school. I was living my dream, but I couldn't stop thinking about my friends back home. They needed my help, and this is how I started my advocacy work to end child marriage with the Strong Heart group. Unfortunately, it was late, but it is not too late to change this tradition for their children, my friends' children, next generation.
It's a cultural tradition in a lot of the world. Even good parents don't know that there may be a better way for the next generation of girls.
Yeah.
How does this issue help us reach the Sustainable Development Goals? Because it touches more than just one issue.
Absolutely. So every year, 12 million girls are married as children. Child marriage is a global problem that cuts across countries, religions, cultures, ethnicities. And can you imagine an 11-year-old being given as a bride to 30, 40-year-old man? It's a personal nightmare. And it doesn't only hurt community, but also countries and the world. Child marriage is actually SDG 5.3. But did you know that if we don't end child marriage, we cannot achieve 8 of other SDGs? Do you care about education, ending poverty, gender equality, economic growth, peace? These are all connected to ending child marriage. And if we wanted to achieve any of these, we need to end child marriage first. So if we want to see a big change in 2030, we need to work together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can see you're a good activist and advocate. Tell us about Brave and Bold. How did that come to be?
Oh, okay. So child marriage is a painful, dark issue, as you know. But there is so much amazing work being done by young, brave, and bold young people around the world to end child marriage and other big problems. I want to highlight that, and I want to let them know that they're not alone. And their work is actually helping us to change the world in a positive way. So by this song, I'm trying to encourage more young people to be brave and bold in their own lives.
This is the new normal. I love this. This is just what we need to see. You've seen a lot, though. Are there examples that we don't know, what some of the stories that moved you to take this issue on?
There are a lot of stories. I'm going to tell you one. Sonita is a girl. She grew up in a close group of friends. By the time when she graduated from university, she realized that most of her friends were married or pregnant, and she made a foundation called Rainbow Smiles to help her community and to support girls to stay in school. She is brave and bold. This is
Perfect
an example.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of brave and bold people in this audience. What do you want to tell them about what needs to happen, what we should all be trying to take out of here today? How do we carry this spirit to be brave and bold in our own lives?
I can see so many activists here. I mean, anyone can be an activist. I care about ending child marriage, and my tool is rap. You can all find an issue that you care about and try to fix it, to solve it with your own authentic way. I know it's hard to bring a change, but if you start, even if it's a small action, if you start, others will follow you. You will be the lead for so many other girls. And then you will feel the power of unity. And unity is what we need to bring change and peace and equality to this world. And I always tell all my friends, myself, everyone, and you to believe in the vision that you have for yourself in the future. Anything is possible. We need to believe in ourselves and our dreams and the power that we have. We can change the world as long as we are brave and bold. This is all I have to tell you. Thank you.
So I'm going to close our interview with a quote by the late Kofi Annan. Kofi Annan was the Secretary General of the UN 10 years ago. He was a great man. He died just recently, and he said, "You are never too young to lead, and you're never too old to learn." And I think you are the perfect epitome of that wise
Thank you.
man's very strong words to all of us and to all of you. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you.